Once again, coming to you live from the bottlers of Dr. Pepper, your local bottler, Dr. Pepper, 10, 2, and 4. It's the Hotel Orloff show, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The sun came out. It's supposed to rain today, but the sun came out instead. How are you doing? Well, I have no purpose being downstairs. Let's see here. Let's feed the cats and head on upstairs. How are you guys doing? Oh, my wife is commenting. She says, "Hi, babe. Hello." And we just had a nice lunch. And, um, I was just reminiscing about purchasing plop number one on June 21st, 1973. In fact, I sang a song about it earlier this morning. I just put up a show that I did this morning on YT, YouTube. The cool people call it YT. We squares, we L7 people, we call it YouTube. And the cool people call it, they call it content, a critic content for YT. I say I'm creating a show for YouTube. That's very uncool. Yes, indeed. Hold on a second. Ah, yes. Plot number one. I remember it like it was yesterday. Instead of 92 years ago. Okay, what do I need to do here? What do I need? Just a second. Yeah, we're going upstairs. Yeah, yeah. Hey, have you had a chance to that going along down at the bottom? Uh, all the really cool people are donating to that GoFundMe. We've had an existential crisis where our air conditioner is not working, and summer is approaching, and so we're trying to get it fixed. Um, as we had this home warranty that turns out to be some kind of weird scam. Um, so anyway, just got to fix the air conditioner, man. Let's see. Oh, if you'd like to come on the show, I think I put the link to come on. Did I? Did I not? Why, yes, I did. There's the link. Did it show up? Did it show up just now? I couldn't even tell. Yeah, YouTube's whatever this thing is called, StreamYard. It's getting a little better. They tried to be cool and update their features, and they wound up screwing it up. But it's getting better, a little better. Um, I talked to some wonderful friends on the phone recently, and that was great. Um, people I hadn't talked with in quite a while, and that was wonderful. Um, just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. What's this thing? What is going on here? One second. Okay, so what were you saying? Um, what's going on here? Does anyone comment? I can't even see anything. What are people saying? As per our research, the AC is at the end of its lifespan. It could possibly be patched up for a couple grand, but only possibly. I don't know. That's true. It could go for a few more years. We definitely have to get a much better home warranty company. Yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah. I see far older air conditioning systems running. Um, I was walking around yesterday, walking to the supermarket. I was noticing the air conditioning units other people had. Um, you know something? Let me show you something. See this? You get this at, what is it called? Kohl's, or used to be able to. It's 007 cologne. It's but I got for my birthday a couple of years ago for my wife. She got me this cologne that's supposed to be authentic. I mean, they had some 007 cologne in the 60s that they sold. Uh, that stuff's from about the 20, right before the pandemic. But see, this is what in the Ian Fleming novels, this is what James Bond actually used. See? So this is authentic James Bond cologne. So this was a birthday a couple of birthdays ago. How about that? Okay. Wait, what are these people saying here? My wife says, "I hope you're right." That's that's what the HVAC guy. Well, yeah, that's what he. Of course, that's what he said. That 007 cologne, I believe, is made by Lacoste. Lacoste. But the fake stuff from Kohl's, I was. Is that the name of the place? I'd never been in this place before. Kohl's and Ross were two stores I'd never been in before. And I thought they were fancy stores like Neiman Marcus because I heard the name Kohl's and Ross. They sound like fancy names. Like in Dallas, there used to be a place called Sanger Harris. It was really nice. And then I went into these places with my wife, and it's like, man, this is one step above Kmart, man. I thought that this was like where the rich people, where the elite, where the Illuminati shopped. I thought this is where uh, George Soros, and all those people, Klaus Schwab shopped. Gotta switch to the other Wi-Fi. Okay. I'm going up to the attic. It doesn't. We've had a unseasonably cool um, spring. So So far, the lack of air conditioning hasn't created a huge problem, but oh, man. Okay. No one's trying to come on, are they? No, of course not. Let's see here. Anyway, be a real blessing and be a real pal if you donated to this GoFundMe. I think I'm going to do a thing where anyone that donates, let's say, $60 or more, I'm going to do a nice drawing for them. That's providing it's not anonymous and I have your address, you know. But you know, you could tell me what you want me to draw or something. Yeah, see, when the air conditioner's working, the air conditioning comes out of these two vents here, and it shoots up through a column from down in the basement. So that's how it works up here. Um, okay, gotta have some music playing when you're looking at comics. Uh, and then we've got, I think I've got some dental bills ahead of me. I mean, I've got I got health insurance, but I can feel the teeth getting sensitive on this side. My teeth, my gums were seated where the roots are exposed. It's horrifying. This summer, we're getting healthier, all of us. My wife and I, Meyer Greenblatt, Kevin at Gotham City Comics, we're all gonna, starting now, lose weight, get better physical condition. But what are these people saying here? My wife's saying, whose what? Whose head was that? Uh, hamburger and ice cream store? And the hell is that? It's looking pretty cool in that nook, says my wife. Yeah, this is where we used to sleep. Here, we used to make this the master bedroom, but we moved down a level. Let's see, someone's trying to come in. Why, it's Kevin at Gotham City.
They make like a mushroom hat and then different
Hey
hats
there.
like that. I guess they have a store now across the street for Renaissance Festival type store. I haven't been over there yet, but it's just like a quarter mile across the street.
This is Dr. Hotel Orloff. You're
See if
tuned
they're
in
open
to
yet.
the greatest radio station in the history of man.
Hey Ken, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Just what have you been up to?
Just trying to organize
Are
the
you open
monster.
yet?
Yeah, I'm open. I'm just changing around the monster corner here,
Oh wow, that's
and I was watching the Paul Rubens documentary.
oh yeah, how is that?
It's good. It's a lot of footage I've never seen before.
Ah,
Hey, what's up?
I made it this week. I
Cool.
never ride last week. Didn't work out.
Oh, good. You didn't miss much.
Yeah.
Have you started watching it yet?
Watching what?
no,
The Pee
I'm just
Wee
noticing that
Paul
the
Rubens.
layout options on StreamYard have changed.
Mhm. I'll watch
It's
it.
weird. Let me
It's
see.
on HBO Max. I started watching
So since you got all these toys, do you play with toys, or do you just use your fingers for like GI Joe? Your hands and fingers, so GI Joe. What about AI Joe? AI Joe, American hero.
Joe.
Business as usual, new age of Saddam and Gomorrah. Money.
Money. Yeah. Money.
Yeah.
Hey, Super 7 is doing Simpsons, I think.
Joker
it.
comes every Saturday to Gotham City
There was
Comics.
something that they were doing that shocked me yesterday. We were out. That's a crazy. I can't believe this. This thing's going to be extremely hard to take care of.
What movies can you see? Look at
That thing?
no, it's just 90s.
Oh.
I can go all 8 of them instead of the class. I would have done it.
It's going to be hard to remove those. Oh, I mean, protect that.
Which one?
You were glitching.
You want to put this more back there so it can be protected?
No. What I'm saying is you need a board or something.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Both
want it
sides.
anymore.
You need a board on both sides. To keep them
Oh,
from
you
getting
guys
off.
don't have any.
The only thing you could put in there is you would have to cut down a print.
Oh, no. Friends will go inside.
Yeah, I know.
We can share
I'm just frustrated because StreamYard's not working here.
Both sides. No, I mean, it's like totally thrown.
It's not working right now.
I didn't like to walk back.
Yeah, there's only two options now. I can't make one person big and one person little. I can only do two equal size or go to one person or the other. It used to have all these options. I don't know what I'm paying StreamYard for now.
Phone number 72 was through from a postcard.
Oh, I haven't changed to the new Wi-Fi. There's the Wi-Fi up here. I got to switch. That's why I'm glitching. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, it's the heavy general.
Well, I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Yeah, I've got music playing, and I guess he has music playing. Uh, which is probably not good because
Yeah,
the
bro.
music I've got playing I know won't set off copyright problems.
That when you
He's
were
got
going.
my I've got, I don't even remember how to get into it, but I have a Spotify list of music that will play for like 2 weeks without repeating a song that I did around the time of the pandemic. But I don't even remember how to get into Spotify, what my account is called. I imagine if you type in Hotel Orloff and type in music to read comic books by, you'll find a long list. And I think I might have a Christmas list. I don't even remember, but Kevin plays it at a store. My wife says, I'll help you get in. She says, I'm afraid the two music playing at once are not working. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know what to do about that. Uh, I'm not hearing Kevin anymore. I'll just turn my music off. So, have you heard about this GoFundMe that's going along the bottom there? Click on the link down below and donate. Oh, so there's some. Some comics I need to file. Oh, that's good. Let's file some Silver Age stuff today. Yes. I guess Kevin is busy helping customers. Okay. Uh, Okay. This is a practical joke. Spilled Dr. Pepper from this company. Oops. P.O. Box 1003, La Mirada, California, 1973. This was purchased at Six Flags by my older brother. So who says the United States can't make quality products? This was the way a Dr. Pepper can looked in 1973, so it looked very realistic. Now, it still looks realistic. It's just obviously not the type of current Dr. Pepper can. That's true. Okay. Oh boy. That Esquivel music might set off some copyright problems. Okay, so I need to file this copy of the Atom, number 24, where you can see the light. So this box, Godfrey Daniels, has it starts with this issue of Aquaman. Hold on. That's better. What the hell am I doing? That's it. The light. Is California sinking? These boxes have everything from like 1971 back, the Silver Age. Astonishing Tales issue 2, 3, 4, missing 5. Here's 6, 7, 8. I've got a lot of these Astonishing Tales. Another copy of 8. Okay, so here's the Atom number 16. The Atom number 30. And okay, I need to file in issue 24, so that'll go between those two issues. And issue number 23. Goes in. Okay. And 23. What? Oh, these are out of order. What did I do? 24. Okay, 16, 23, 24. I think I just showed you 30. I have no idea. Is Kevin still there? Let's see. He's still there. I wish I could make a big picture and then a little picture so I could monitor, but it's like we only have. Now it's showing I only have one option. What is going on with StreamYard? Someone must be hacking StreamYard. It used to give you like 7, 8 different options of screen layouts. The Atom clearly wasn't selling, so they try to combine it with Hawkman. That's issue 39. And these are great comics. I wish I had more of them. But only had so much money as a kid, you know. Here's of course I wasn't buying those issues as a kid. I was buying those secondhand at, comic stores in the late 70s, early 80s. Um, here's Avengers #1. Of course, it's not real, it's a facsimile. And then here's The Return of Captain America. And this is a high dollar issue, but it's not, and it is from the 60s, but it's not the original. This is from a book and record set from Golden Records. That's why it doesn't have a price tag on it. It was a comic that, it was printed just a few years after this actually came out on newsstands, but it was inside of a record album cover, and it was a comic for you to read along to. Very badly acted out version of it on, kind of shockingly badly acted. I have another copy of the book and record Avengers, The Return of Captain America. And then I have a facsimile of Avengers #8 when this is about when things started to go bad. Things started to go bad right after Avengers Endgame when Eternals came out, and they were saying, well, our new big baddie is going to be Kang. And then that turned out to be terrible. And now that nothing Marvel can do is working. It's just, okay, here's an actual real copy of the Avengers #13. It's gifted to me by my friend Randy. Um, says on there 1966. Someone's written that on there. 16. I'm sorry. 13. This is 14. 15. 16. Here's another copy of Avengers 16. Not in as good a shape. 17. Boy, These need new bags, don't they? 18. Do I really want to just hold all these comic books up? You know what they all look like. Let's see. This is the rest of this Avengers. Yeah, the rest of this box is Avengers. Um, yeah. I need to get into the box with Batman and Brave and the Bold. Whoa. First, I'm going to look at this box with it's out of place. Oh, it looks like this box starts with Thor 163. Um, why did I get this out? Okay, let's see. Well, I always love this cover, Tales of Asgard. I wish I had a better collection of the Three Musketeers, which was one of the comics that got me into reading comics. What I see someone talking here. I am one of us says, "Hi, Gratu and Mrs. Orloff. Nice comic covers. Oh, thank you. I drew them all myself." So that was 9, and this is 11. You see, these are 10-cent issues. This is a comic that started in the 50s. What I is it in here? Yeah, probably. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Um, Number 12. None of these are in very good shape, but you never see them in comic stores. They might have them, but they don't put them out on the. They don't think anyone will buy them, and for the most part, they're right. I'm probably one of a handful of people in the United States that are get really excited about the Three Musketeers. And what are the chances that one of those handful of people are going to walk into your comic store in Peoria or wherever? Here's issue 15. But weird stuff like this would turn up at Duncanville Books in Duncanville, Texas, near Dallas. That store is fantastic. Um, Number 16. Oh, this next one's not even bagged and boarded. Uh, it's in rough shape. The cover is got a huge tear in it, and to get some of that mending tissue everybody always talks about. But this is the comic. Oh man, look at that! You can see bugs with this magnifying glass you can get from whatever this company is that has all this junk. Um, Damn. February 1958. Here's number 11. Oh. Check your studio. Check my studio. Check my studio. What does that mean? Oh, incoming guest. Someone, she's saying. I don't see any incoming guests. Something weird's going on StreamYard. They're not. I can't do anything. Uh, incoming guest. I hear you saying that, but I don't. It's not showing up. All I see is Kevin. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Uh, uh, why is the chat showing up down there? What is going on? Oh, I see a red dot now. Oh, yeah, now she's there.
Hey.
Hey there, what's up?
We're at the USS Alabama here in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, yeah?
This is the back end of.
Oh.
Hold on.
Wow.
This is the back end. Hold on.
The Hotel Orloff show.
Hold on, I'll walk you to the front.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people there.
Can you guys hear the music?
Uh-oh.
Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah. Could you turn the phone or whatever sideways so it fills the screen?
Oh.
Or is that possible? If it's not possible, it's
Wait, we're gonna figure it out.
Dual screen.
Dual screen? Wait, which is?
I don't know.
I think if it's a phone, just turn it sideways and it'll fill the screen. There you
That
go.
better?
Now
That
there
better?
it works. Yeah, now it fills the screen.
Okay, let me walk to the. Turn upward because.
Why not?
Wait, what's your name?
Well, I don't understand why I'm seeing the chat on the side. That's never happened before on StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm trying to go forward so you can see it. Trying to get to the forward. Kellen's going higher because look, Kellen's going way up higher, like a crow's nest, and I'm going to the front. I'm trying not to get people in it and trying to avoid,
If Helen went up there.
Come on, I'll get you there. Yeah, it's raining, so we have to go slow. We're on the section with the metal deck.
Right.
So I'm gonna go take it easy on that. Gotta take one step at a time. Yeah. To get you to the front, the forward part. They're broadcasting this.
So where is this located?
Where's it located, Kim? Tell them.
Where? The park?
Yeah.
It's in Mobile, Alabama, and it's actually the Battleship Memorial Park down here in the Redneck Riviera.
There you go. There are the cannons, so the front and forward cannons.
Yeah, check those out.
Look at those. Yeah, up close, man. They're huge. They are huge when you're up close. You don't fathom the size of how big they were until you're up against it.
They're showing the planes and helicopters.
Oh yeah, look. They got other stuff here. They got planes outside. There's a downtown, and they got a Stratus. I don't know if you can see it down there. A Stratus, B-52 Stratford, B-52. And then in the building right here with the flag, they got a pavilion with aircraft, all sorts of war aircraft and stuff.
Biplanes and stuff.
Biplanes, and on the other side, you can't really see it, but on the other side, I don't know if you can see it. On the other side, there's a World War II submarine that you can tour. You can also tour.
Wow.
Yeah, and then look, this is the front. You can see the.
We'll show them the water over
Oh,
there.
you can see the tower, the con tower.
Tenant smile.
And
When was this ship last used?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Let me see if I see all
what
this
year?
paperwork.
Oh, she's gonna look on the paperwork.
Oh,
Let's look.
When was it decommissioned?
Okay.
Well, she's gonna find out.
Okay, it's dedicated. Okay, don't let on. Let's see, gangway. Okay, so the submarine is the USS Drum, commissioned in 1941.
That's the submarine.
Yeah, submarine. And this is the USS Alabama, commissioned in August 1942. She earned 9 battle stars, shot down 22 enemy airplanes, 680 feet in length, with a width of 108 feet plus 2 inches. She's 35,000 tons. She weighed well over 90 million pounds when she was in battle conditions. Usually had about 2,500 people aboard. Typical.
wow.
Let's see.
Yeah, and it
Each
showed
tour
them.
takes about 30 to an hour and a half to do all 3 tours just on the ship alone. You see like the bakeries and medical.
See when it was
Shoot, man.
decommissioned.
Yikes.
I know it's on here somewhere.
Right. Let's have a look at the well.
Yeah,
We're smoking in the shade. Camera's working a little.
she's looking.
You know, it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
It
it'll
was
be
during. It's probably right after the. Like not too long after the war. I don't think it's when. I know it did serve in the Atlantic and the Pacific. According to what I read online.
They said they had to bring the ship. They had to bring the ship all the way from. Where they say? I talked to a Navy veteran.
Washington State, I think, right? Washington State. It took 3 months.
Yeah, Washington State. It took 3 whole months to get it here.
To tow it here.
Because the state actually bought it.
The state of Alabama bought the battleship.
They maintain it.
They maintain it.
They own the submarine too, I guess.
Yeah.
And all the stuff. The state of Alabama owns all this stuff. It's all donations. Takes care of all this stuff. Visitors and you can crawl up in the where the ordnance.
Yeah, we just haven't gone any further because my leg was
There's
killing
some
me.
really tight places around here. Wow. That's where we would have heard like the sirens.
Yeah.
Show the bell. Hey, show the bell.
Oh, the bell? Yeah, look. Look, here's the bell. Ship bell.
It's USS Alabama, 1942.
Let me get closer to it. Ooh. There you go.
I guess it's for the
I don't know if you can see that?
yeah.
I'm probably going to climb up there to read it or something. It's like a crow's nest, right?
Yeah. You can go up more if you want, but I really don't. I guess that's their horn, their foghorn.
I think our daughter. She's going up the stairs.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing today. What do you think?
It's got the youngling of phone. Of course, she didn't take it with her.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. And it's actually kind of nice out. Like it rained and breezy. Wow, it feels good. Feels nice. You know, it's hot and sweaty down here. There's people from Texas here. The music's cool. The music's a cool addition.
World War II era music.
Right? It's nice and breezy over on this side. Wow. That's like crazy. We've only done one of the 3 tours, and just in the ship alone. And then there's I think we're going to come back. Come back. Yeah, takes a whole hour and a half to 30 minutes each tour.
Huh.
Then there's a restaurant. Restaurant right there. Oh, yeah, Tomcat. Yeah, when I was in the Navy, there's a Tomcat. Oh, yeah, yeah. All kinds of cool planes. Is that a C-130? What is that? Hmm. Was that a C-130? What is that? Down there.
Huh? Water's great. What about the weather? Where's the Amber? She gave up. She's back in the gift shop? No, she's by the. Oh. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess are we done streaming?
Coming up to the moon.
Oh, do you want us to walk some more? Or?
Well, whatever you want to do, it's cool.
We tell we
Uh,
can cut it
If
out and
it's
cut back in.
Oh,
When
do
we
you want
get
us
down.
to? We'll try to climb out of here because it's about four levels down. Jesus.
We'll cut it out and then we'll cut back in.
Hey, how about we could join back in when we get
yeah, that
down?
sounds great.
We'll go downstairs and we'll.
Okay. All
All
right.
right,
Bye,
I'll talk to you
guys.
later. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, Kevin, are you there? What is going on with the chat showing up on the screen? What is going? Why would StreamYard do that? Okay, let me see. If I go to me, it's still showing up. I don't want that on there. It's like all these options that I normally have on StreamYard are gone today. I um, it's like I'm sending it out with the chat on the screen. It really, and the only two options I have are this, or I could give him the solo layout, or I could give me the solo layout, but I cannot. Um, my wife is saying it looks weird, probably some update. Yeah, maybe so. And my wife's saying X is glitching bad today. Yeah, there's probably something going on, and behind the scenes, there's all kinds of secret wars going on we don't even know about. There's a lot of someday maybe we'll know, someday or maybe not, but it's a lot of things going on behind the screen, the scenes. Okay, well anyway, we're looking at Three Musketeers, not Mouseketeers. Um, this is number 25. I think I paid. Says 18. I think I paid 9. I think it was a half price deal. Okay, so that's a 10-cent comic. So it's basically a 50s comic. It didn't go past the Kennedy era, but then in the late 60s they brought it back. See, this is issue number 2, and it's a 15-cent comic. So it was during this run that I discovered it when I was a little kid, and I didn't know that they were reprints from the 50s. There's no real way to tell. This is number 3. Um, this is number 4. I got another copy of 4. And then this is number 7. It's a 64-page thing. Okay, so this here is Super DC Giant number S18. This is my childhood copy, and this is one of my first and oldest comic books. This is where I first discovered the Three Musketeers when I was probably 5, 6, probably maybe 6. Um, If you know about buying comics on an army base, military base, they would stamp a star on them. Here's one where the star got smeared. See that? Anyway, this is a very important comic to me because it's, you know, uh, what, it's important. So, whatever. Tomahawk. These are true stories. What it was like in the early days, the pioneers, the frontier Frankenstein. And can you guess who the Super Ranger is with 9 lives? Um, oh man, I got a big chunk gone out of it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I don't have many Tomahawk issues. These were always basically worthless in comic stores. They would have these out. I mean, they would try to just give these away. Usually, they wouldn't even put them out on the floor. I always thought they were cool, but they were certainly not in demand. Um, but they're really cool comics, you know. But they're they take place in the era before the Western comics. This takes place in the the dang, look at this, it's so great. It takes place in the when there were still red coats. It's in the late 1700s. The uh, Daniel Boone time period. I've got 2 copies of that issue. It's such a great cover. I could see why I have 2 copies of it. Here's my other copy. Tomahawk and his Rip Roaring Rangers. And they had this character, Lady Liberty. And I have another copy of the same issue. And then sometimes there would be these giant gorillas that wore Indian feathers back then. You know, you had to be careful of them. And look at this Thunderman, special guest villain. Tell it's in the Batman TV era. And then they try to get a little more serious with it with Son of Tomahawk, number one. This is number 135. They tried to, it's my only copy from this time period. Ooh, this is cool. There's an ad in here for a movie called Zeppelin, which you probably don't remember. It's got Michael York and Elkie Summer. You don't see many movie ads in the interior of comics that are drawn comic book style. Usually, when there were movie ads, later on they'd appear on the inside, the back cover, like those 1976 Orca ads. There were ads for the 76 King Kong that were on the inside cover of Marvels, right? And Star Trek: The Motion Picture had ads. There's only a certain number of movies I can think of that advertised in comics. But Zeppelin, the importance to me, see this. The importance to me is that's the first time I went to a movie theater at nighttime, and that was a big deal. I remember my parents made a big deal out of it. We were going to a movie theater, and it was dark. It was nighttime. Usually, before, whenever I'd gone to a movie, it was in the afternoon, like a matinee. So I remember the movie Zeppelin because I'd like to watch that movie again. I haven't seen it since then. Let me see when it came. I'm guessing 1971. Yeah, July, August 71. Huh. We were living in Germany at the time. I don't know. Guess I should see if Zeppelin is streaming on Tubi or something like that. So what are people talking about here? Okay, hold on. Imsh. Okay, hold on, I can't. StreamYard is just very filled with glitches. Imp says, I see your Crumb Double Girl chocolates. Choco bar is on the shelf. I use mine to hold my pencils and pens. Yeah, I don't think I ever had any of the chocolate bars. I bought the box on its own, I think. Um, Here's a Two Gun Kid #3 Marvel Western. Is there anything I need to file in here? No. Two Gun Kid #16. Number 73. This was a comic that was still being published when I was a kid in reprints. Um, Here's number 94, the John Severin cover. Sometimes you have to look at it to determine if it's John Severin or his sister Marie Severin. They had very similar drawing styles, but they weren't exactly the same. But I always thought that was very interesting. This brother and sister team of artists that I both loved their styles dearly, and their styles are very similar. Um, this one's Herb Trimpe. It's a really cool cover, but you look at it close up, it's a little wonky, but from a distance, it's great. Two Gun Kid '99. In my Bronze Age '70s, Two Gun Kids are going to be in these boxes back behind me. Keep all my Silver Age comics over there, separate. Here's Two Gun Western, which is a separate comic. This is number 14. And this is Western Comics number 14 from DC, from National. Where's the where is this? Where do I have my crumb box? What is he talking? Oh yeah, it's up on top of the Green Ghost. I was wondering where he was talking about. I don't even know where things are. Um, Western Comics number 18. Oh my God. Wild Western number 11. Here's Wild Western number 38. Someone donated to the GoFundMe. Let me go check. 45. Now we've got a giant code stamp. So we're probably into 1955 now. And then we come to Wonder Woman. Here's Wonder Woman #1. It's a fake facsimile. Well, that's older. This is a more recent facsimile. And then Wonder Woman #60. This is also fake. It's a Pizza Hut. What does it say? Pizza Hut Collector's Edition. Hold on. What are people talking about? You guys sure like that girl, LOL. What girl? What are you talking about? Girl. Wonder Woman? Or are you talking about that devil girl? Uh, okay, now we actually have a real copy of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 132. Wish that annoying chat was why would that be on the screen? Let me see something. Okay. I want you to see how big the screen is I'm looking at. So you know. See from here to here, right? About what about 2 inches? That's how wide the screen is I'm seeing. So there's little bitty right down here, chat. It's never appeared before on StreamYard. It's very strange. Oh, there's a red dot. Who could that be? Oh, Kim is back.
Okay, so here we
Hey
are.
there.
Hey, what's up, guys? So here
Not
we are
much.
at the. So here's the view
Oh,
from.
that's cool. Turn the camera sideways so we get the
Oh yeah,
center
that's right.
scope
That's right.
view.
Forgot.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so there's the pavilion, and there's the ship,
Wow.
and then there's a bunch of like tanks and stuff over there. There's the restaurant. Yes, it's pretty cool. It's nice out now. It's like hot and sweaty earlier. Yeah. So look, we were way up there when we were filming earlier. You can still hear the music.
Yeah.
Okay. So nice flowers. Oh yeah, there's planes. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Look at that big prop. Saw the planes, helicopters, tanks. Here, you stream.
There you go. In front of the ship. There's the propeller.
Yeah, right.
Here.
Okay. Alrighty, we're fixing to enter the restaurant and gift shop. Oh, exit. Okay. Alright. Anyway, so we're gonna turn off the stream for now, guys.
Okay, cool. So
Okay,
I'll
I'll
see you later.
leave with a shot of that. Alright, guys.
That's great.
Alright,
All
guys.
right,
Take
see
care.
ya. I think I'm about to run out of electricity. I need to get the charging cable from downstairs. No. Kevin, you there? Sounds like your audio's not working.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just looking at a collection. I can hear
Uh,
you, but I'll put you on mute. I'm gonna put myself on mute, but I can hear you if you ask me something.
oh, okay. Yeah. Is there anything new that you've gotten or books you've gotten for next week you want to show, or are you busy?
Um, right now I'm busy, but I'll come back in a second.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I was gonna grab my charger with the long cord downstairs. Huh? Well, you're hearing me on a delay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the charger from downstairs. did a 2 hour extravaganza this morning where I was twisting and everything. And now I'm moving a little slower. I was thinking I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm twisting up and down and up and back and front. And, oh boy. Um, take you guys out of the tripod. Let me see what we got. I may need to go get some dog food here. Uh, we only have a limited amount of dog food here, so I'm going to purchase some more here in a moment. Let me set this down. I'll be back. All right. Let me see what this looks like on the screen here. Can't believe I'm broadcasting the chat. Unbelievable. Yeah, it is broadcasting the chat. That is weird. Yeah, it is broadcasting the chat. That is weird. Why is it doing that? Yeah, it is broadcasting the chat. That is weird. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Yeah, weird. I am going to get some dog food. Boy, this thing is supposed to hold the phone in place, but it doesn't do a very good job anymore. It seems it's not working. Oh, I see how it works. Oh, shit. All right, fantastic.
Professional standing by to answer your questions for free. Call now and find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-931-3030. I'm here with spokesman John Wolf. So, John, tell everyone listening who should call right now.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here. It's always nice to answer the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident and thinks you deserve compensation. 8:30. Looking around the area. At Lamoni, it was sunny with a temperature of 71. It was mostly sunny with a temperature of 70 at Red Oak, 72 at Shenandoah, 72 at Clarinda, and 66 at Harlan. It was partly sunny with a temperature of 68 at Atlantic and 67 at Des Moines. Here are some conditions elsewhere in Iowa and Missouri. At Ottumwa, it was sunny with a temperature of 71. It was partly sunny with a temperature of 76 at St. Joseph and 68 at Omaha Council Bluffs. It was cloudy with a temperature of 68 at Cedar Rapids, 73 at Kansas City, and
Yeah, they
63
still have
at
the
Sioux
flag
City.
at half-mast here at the
Now for
fire
a few weather
station.
conditions around the region. At Grand Island, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 68 degrees. At Sioux Falls, it was cloudy. The
That's from
temperature
when
was
the Pope
57
died.
degrees. At Minneapolis,
Wasn't that
St.
more
Paul,
than a month
it was
ago?
partly sunny. The temperature was 65 degrees. Once again at 2 p.m. In Creston, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 70 degrees. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of central Iowa. For today and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Sunday through Friday. There is a low chance for non-severe storms at times Friday evening through the weekend, mainly over the southwest half of Iowa. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed. This is NOAA All Hazards Weather Radio Station KX 65 in Lenox, Iowa, transmitting on 162.45 megahertz. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service at Des Moines, Iowa. The current time is 2:16 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Corning, Bedford, Mount Ayr, and surrounding locations. Rest of today, mostly sunny. Near steady temperature in the upper 60s. East winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of showers. Lows in the lower 60s. East winds 5 to 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
Out here. It's the fight.
Just try to dark green for I almost had 217. Okay, sir. I'm good. Thanks again. No problem. Good day.
County attacked a Martino very like it. Like and he seems to cheap it, you know, cigarettes. No problem. I'll be all pretty well about it.
No.
Gonna wait for it to load because screen must freeze. All right, so it comes up to 1174. Need a receipt?
Yes, so.
Well,
Thank you.
no problem.
It was partly sunny, with a temperature of 76 at St. Joseph and 68 at Omaha Council Bluffs. It was
All right,
cloudy,
we're back.
with a temperature of
Incredible.
68 at Cedar Rapids, 73 at Kansas City, and 63 at Sioux City. Now for a few weather conditions around the region. At Grand Island, it was mostly
Ed,
sunny.
can you guys hear me? I had to put it in my pocket
68 degrees. At Sioux
to
Falls,
make the
it was cloudy.
transaction of dog
The
food and
temperature
tea.
was 57 degrees. At Minneapolis,
And
it was partly sunny. The temperature was 65 degrees.
what is the deal? These two guys, the younger guys in front of me, both ordered,
The temperature was
asked
70
for
degrees.
green cigarettes. Is that a new thing? The new younger generation, green cigarettes. Well, I guess I'm back. How about that? So, well, I guess I'm back. So the phone overheated, so it couldn't be used, and it ran out of power as well. So the phone overheated, so it couldn't be used. Okay, how about that? Let's see. Well, we got to charge this up a little bit. And well, no, we don't. We can just go upstairs and charge it. Um, so, got Pure Leaf, unsweetened iced tea, which I guess is okay to drink because it doesn't have sugar. That's caffeine. Um, I don't know the dangers of caffeine. What guys? What can you tell me about that? Um, Apparently nothing. Err. So, I am one of us says back now. It's good. Yes, indeed. So, whatever. Anything going on the internet? We got what, 8 people watching? Fantastic. See how many people watched my show this morning. Wait. There may be people watching my morning show instead of the live show. That may be, I'm counter programming myself. Oh, well. What a shame. What are they recommending that I watch on YouTube? Get a jump on these hot comics. Well, I want to get a jump on them. It's Comic Collector Geek. I saw this picture of a guy with a beard. It must be his guest. Let's see.
Imagine it's August 1969, just 1 month after Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. The world is spaceman, and yet a British sci-fi film about discovering a mirror Earth crashes and burns at the box office, running for less than a week in major cinema chains. When Journey to the Far Side of the Sun dropped in August 1969.
Oh, they used to show Journey to the Far Side of the Sun all the time on Channel 11. It was a pretty good movie.
The Apollo 11 mission had the entire world captivated by space exploration, making it seem like the perfect time.
Just saying it was a failure, and maybe it was, but I liked it.
Set up the t-shirts.
Okay. Well, I guess we can go back upstairs. What are people saying here? What is going on? Um, World by Lunchtime says, we won the FA Cup. It only took 120 years. Yaha! I assume that's something to do with soccer. FA. My friend Tom had a friend, and I won't say his name. Well, he would always say, well, we need to go see what FA is doing. And F, but he would never call him FA to his face. He only called him FA when he wasn't around because FA stood for fat ass. And sometimes he'd call him fat ass. Sometimes he'd just call him FA, like Los Angeles. Uh, so he would, he was just fascinated with how fat this guy was. And so he would always talk. Sometimes he'd sing little songs, and he'd just be singing, Alan is so goddamn fat. And he'd come make up little songs, little ditties that he would sing. One time he accidentally slipped and Alan was in the car and he started to sing one of them. And he's going, Alan is so, that he had to stop himself. It's like, really? What are you singing about me? But yeah, his nickname for him was F.A. He did. I'm sure he had some nickname for me when I wasn't around, because he had a nickname for his girlfriend, a nickname for just about everybody else. So why should I think there wasn't when I wasn't around some nickname? I don't know. I see. Uh, uh, Meyer just sent me a text. Have a good stream. I am invaded by cuteness. Oh, he's got his family over. He's got grandchildren over. Looks like he just sent me a picture of his grandchildren. Okay, so he's not gonna be able to come on today. Clearly. Let's see. Um, my goodness. How do I get back where I am? Oh, there I am. My team is Crystal Palace. We beat Manchester City 1.0 in the final. I I know that in Fort Worth there used to be a pizza place called Crystal's Pizza, and it was made like a palace, and it was unbelievable. There was a little, there were several locations of Crystal's. FA is Football Association. Okay, well, over here in the United States, it stands for fat ass, or at least it did for my friend who's no longer with us. Um, so, Crystal's Pizza. Uh, they had a little theater in the back that played silent movies and old cartoons, Heckle and Jekyll and stuff, Laurel and Hardy comedies. Where you could eat your pizza. And, they had all kinds of weird, it was just a little wonderland. Crystal's Pizza, long gone. One of those things from the 1970s. There was a place called the Magic Time Machine in San Antonio, and you could eat in different time periods. Go, eat in ancient Rome, eat in the Wild West. It was a lot like Delos in the movie Westworld. Yes. Um, How often do you see people who are still wearing masks? Not mummy masks, but those COVID masks. You still see people wearing those things. I could stand up and go upstairs, or I could remain sitting here. Um, so they're delaying these crummy bootleg Avengers movies. They're apparently making a trilogy about the Avengers no one cares about, and that's coming up soon. Except they're delaying it now. I'm looking at what people are talking about here on the on YouTube. At age 84, Ringo Starr names the 6 bands he hated the most. That sounds good. That sounds like a
The Beatles. He came to our last live show. Picture this: London, 1967. Inside Abbey Road Studios, the air is electric. Guitars hum through amplifiers. Engineers rush between booths, and cigarette smoke coils above stacks of reel-to-reel tape. It's another late-night Beatles session. Paul's fine-tuning a bass riff, John scribbling half poems on a napkin. George is lost in layered chords. And Ringo? He's behind the kit, silent, watching the clock. Because tonight, someone's coming. A new band. Critics love them. Managers are whispering they might be the next Beatles. They're scheduled to drop by the studio, shake hands, take notes, maybe even impress the icons they grew up idolizing. But when the studio door swings open, something changes. Ringo doesn't stand, doesn't smile, just narrows his eyes at the group walking in. Too loud, too confident, too eager. One glance, and his entire body stiffens. He doesn't say a word, just sets his sticks down. The session ends early.
these
No
are clickbait
confrontation,
things.
no explanation. And for decades, no one dared bring up that band's
It
name
just
again.
keeps going, and it
Because
doesn't
Ringo's
tell
suffering,
you. It
the
just
so-called
keeps
quiet
have
Beatle,
you
the
watching
peace and
longer
love
and
poster
longer.
child, wasn't always so forgiving. Beneath the charm, behind the sunglasses, he kept score. And now, at 84, he's breaking that decades-long silence. In a rare moment of brutal honesty, Ringo is revealing the 6 bands he never forgave. The ones who mocked his talent, disrespected the Beatles, or simply pushed one too many buttons. These aren't petty rivalries or bruised egos. These are stories
Ringo
of
Starr doesn't have a
backstage
single
betrayals,
gray hair at
public
age
fires,
84.
and legends who crossed the wrong drummer. The biggest shock? Some of them built their whole image on worshiping the Beatles. First up, a band that paraded into Abbey Road like they owned it.
All right,
And
what's the
left
name of
with
the
Ringo's
band?
eternal disdain. And if you think this list is
Let's
just
see.
about rock and roll
We're
competition, you're dead wrong. The
quite a
Rolling
ways in.
Stones, rivals in rhythm. They were the kings of cool, the bad boys to the Beatles' charm.
Oh,
But behind closed doors, the so-called friendship was paper thin. It's the rivalry everyone knew about, but not the one Ringo ever spoke of until now. In the early 60s, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones were billed as Britain's twin musical titans. On the surface, it was all smiles and shared stages. But behind the press photos, there was tension, especially between the rhythm sections. According to Ringo, Charlie Watts once told him he was lucky to be.
yeah, right. Oh, there's a Gene Simmons band now playing in Beaver Dam, Kentucky, May 3rd. Really? Gene Simmons band. How about that? Oh, yeah, I guess I need to go upstairs. This is fake. Ringo is 82. Yeah, it's all fake. It was some kind of all AI bullshit. They went to that restaurant across from that ship they were on and were having an awesome looking sandwiches. Yeah. Yeah, boy. That sounds good.
Yeah, Sophia had a damn good show. I tell you what, if you want to get a real good case of black fatigue, move it like they do. Nah. It's 1955, and Batman looks like this. But 15 years later,
Batman looks like this.
this change may look like an improvement, but both versions almost killed Batman. To understand exactly how this happened, we have to take a look at the most complicated
Which channel is this?
history. We have to take a look at the downfall of Batman in the Silver Age of comics.
We got funny Batman in the Silver Age of comics. There was no downfall. Bullshit. Okay.
When the
Yeah.
popularity of superheroes declined and DC Comics reduced their line of
What is the comics?
three major characters: Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. The comic book industry started looking at other genres, such as science fiction, romance, and
I gotta get up, man.
the most popular and pervasive genre at the time was horror, leading to the infamous witch hunt of the early 1950s, when pseudopsychologist Frederick Wertham published his book called Seduction of the Innocent, and convinced people that there was something wrong with every comic book in America. To the general public, the Batman comics of the early 1950s were superhero adventures for kids. But for Mr. Wertham, Batman's relationship with Robin implied something more adult, more twisted and sinister. In 1954, the entire comic book industry fell under such asinine accusations, and unfortunately, the general public and the authorities fell for it, resulting in the creation of the Comics Code Authority, a self-censoring entity with a large number of rules that any respectable publisher had to follow if they wanted to stay in business. As a result, DC started making the first big changes to the Batman comics, officially marking the end of Batman's golden age. The Comics Code had very strict rules against the stories about crime, and since Batman was primarily a crime fighter, the whole concept of the character had to be changed starting in 1954, when Batman became DC's shining example of virtue, niceness, and good American citizenship. Batman and Robin became public figures admired by Gotham City, and their role as law-abiding authority figures was quickly reinforced. The Comics Code also restricted stories featuring popular criminals, which is why the classic Batman villains of the Golden Age, such as the Joker and the Penguin, became much less prominent, while Two-Face disappeared altogether. DC Comics also stopped creating stories with Catwoman, because the code ruled out stories about romantic relationships between the good guys and the bad guys. Unable to create proper crime fighting stories for Batman, DC Comics looked to the other popular genres of comics at the time, namely science fiction and
This guy doesn't even know what he's talking.
started featuring stories about robots and evil masterminds with giant heads. Batman would switch ages with Robin.
Giant heads. Could you imagine the team would do that in the Batman comic? Oh, that's shocking.
Batboy, who is a literal bad boy. Though these harmless and less violent stories were not working for Batman, Superman became DC's best-selling superhero.
Superman became of the big, what? I'm a YouTube creator of content on this YouTube platform, Mister.
Things that work for Superman, not for the Batman comic. Since Superman had seen success in Batman Crypto, DC introduced Ace the Batman. Ace was a remarkably smart German Shepherd. He was seeking a Robin by finding him. Ace is very
Which one did I have open? Is this? Yeah. Well, it wasn't before. It might be now, but well, maybe I'll see. I don't know if it's. Yeah, maybe. It just depends on whether anybody comes on. I don't think. Yeah, if I don't fall over backwards in it. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. She's offering me to do a show from downstairs because it's actually not that hot up here, believe it or not. Maybe I'm just nervous about how it's going to get later in the summer. Uh, so if you'd like to contribute to our GoFundMe that we've got going on, top of the air conditioner, that's great. Batman is a great comic book, but it is a big downfall in the Silver Age, and we'll talk about it here on the YouTube. Yes, indeed. Well, we're back. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Kevin is still kind of there. Kevin, are you there? He's probably busy. We were looking at Wonder Woman comics, weren't we? Wonder Woman is a good comic book. Good. We were looking at the Silver Age of the comic books. You know, I was talking earlier that all the cool people call Detective Comics, you know, they call Detective Comics tech, right? So I guess what they do is they take the second syllable, detective, so tech. So we're going to start doing that here on the Garage Orloff Show, so that we can seem like sophisticated, intelligent comic collectors as we look through our PCs here on the YT. So when we left off, we were looking at this issue of Durr, because it's Wonder Woman, but I'm not gonna. It takes so long to say Wonder Woman. I'm just gonna go with the second syllable, Durr. Durr. See, we're just gonna call it Durr. So this is Durr number 132. I encourage you to do it on your channels as well. And eventually we'll eradicate this stupid custom of acronyms and slang and jargon. And here's Durr 139. Durr 139. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is Durr 146. Durr 147. Is anyone even watching? Let's see. So many fake videos, so annoying. And my wife says, chat, if you could teleport anywhere right now, where would you be and what would you be doing? Man, I'd probably be at Hemisphere in San Antonio back in 1968. Uh, Justin says, "Happy birthday!" Oh, someone must be talking. You know, our dog's birthday is today. Drew. This is Drew's birthday. We got her some wonderful steak last night. I am one of us says 9 watching. 9 incredibly strange morons. Hold on. I can't. StreamYard, can you make it didn't used to be this shitty. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to do this? Oh, it's we're up by lunchtime. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not reading the chat in the right order. We're up by lunchtime says today is my 54th birthday. I think my wife bought me some Silver Age Madness. Cool. Yeah, I didn't see that comment. I'm reading them out of order. Yes, it's also our dog's birthday today. Drusilla the dog. So you guys are the same age. No, you just have the same birthday. I think Drew is probably younger than you are. We're by lunchtime. This is Durr 149. $151. $153. $155. And this is 156. This is where they go back to the golden age. It says again, DC dares and does the impossible, unlocking the spectacular secrets of comics' golden age, featuring the fabulous Wonder Woman in fantastic battles with the unique villain who is as elusive as a moonbeam, the brain pirate of the inner world. You have a DC prize collector's tale in your hands. Save this issue. See, we're in the mid 60s and they're already saying collector's item, save this issue, it will be an annuity, all of that. Um, what I'm wondering right now, we're in the middle of the 1960s and they're talking about we're going back to the golden age. So when did the 40s first, when did they first start referring to it as the golden age of comics? Was that Jules Pfeiffer and the Great Comic Book Hero, the Great Comic Book Heroes book from 1965? At some point, yeah, I don't know when that happened. You ever thought about that? When did they first start calling it the Golden Age? And at this point, they weren't referring to the present time as the Silver Age. They didn't know that yet. So when was DC first called the Silver Age? That's yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so what they're doing here is Wonder Woman for a while in the mid 60s went back and it's World War II Golden Age stories. Not reprints, but just more stories set with her in the 40s. So it would be on, the alternate Earth or Earth 2, where the Justice Society is. And they did that again in 1976, about 10 years later, because the Linda Carter TV show in the first season was set in World War II. So the comic book followed suit because the series was popular. Uh, See, comics golden age, more dazzling than ever. I think really they were trying to come up with an angle to get Wonder Woman to sell. Um, but yeah, this is a wonderful time period. 161, The Curse of Cleopatra. Um, Here's 162, That looks kind of golden age-ish. Nah, 162. I wish I had more of these. There's 164. But I don't have any comic stores around me, and I guess I could, start pressing buttons on mycomicshop.com and have this stuff mailed to me. But yeah, I don't know. I really should be writing down on the top of the lid what issues I have. Um, here's 165. $167. I'm not sure when they switch back to present day 1960s. Let's see if we can figure that out. 168. At a certain point, at the very tail end of the Silver Age, they get desperate trying to get Wonder Woman to sell, and they turn her basically into Emma Peel as a karate expert, and kung fu karate, probably more karate, as I recall. And she doesn't wear her red, white, and blue outfit, and that lasts for a little bit. 169. 170, I would say at this point, they're back to the modern time stories. And 171, this is a low grade, low grade. It's low grade. It's low grade copy. And it's 171. And then what do we got to here? 179. It's goodbye to the past for Wonder. I'm sorry, Durr. Her name is Durr now. Yeah, she's giving up. See, it's the new Wonder Woman, the new happening Wonder Woman. The Incredible I Ching and the new Wonder Woman, 181. How about that? Boy, I've got some really low grade copies of these issues. Look at big chunks gone. Was it these were being bought by girls, possibly? Why are they so messed up? Girls didn't really treat their comics a lot of times as well as guys did. Same thing with records. 186. So many Monkeys records that are just unplayable. just 190. How about that? $191. And the last comic in the box is the same comic, except in a little bit better condition. And that's a short little box of joy. I think there might be some people talking in the chat. Could be. Let's take a look. We have 8 people watching. World by Lunchtime says, thanks for the birthday wishes, guys and dogs. And, oh my God. I am one of us, says, happy birthday, Werewolf by Lunchtime. Excuse me. He didn't say that. And Werewolf by Lunchtime, thanks, I am one of us. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, beautiful colors on those books. Yes, I colored them myself with crayons. Excuse me. Well, if you're watching this at a later time and would like to donate to the GoFundMe, why, that would be really, really keen, man. I think maybe we've got everyone that's a friend of the show has already possibly donated at this point. Um, so yeah, so yeah, I looked up so yeah the other day on the internet to see how long this accursed expression has been going on. There are actually people talking about the curse of so yeah on online. Okay, what's in this box? Why, it's my collection of man. Well, I think there's a box before this. We don't call him Batman. That takes too long, and it just sounds too old-fashioned. We take the second syllable. We'll call it man. This is Batman number 5. I know I have Batman number 1, a facsimile around here somewhere. Sure do. Let's see. Well, here's man number 121. It's fake and very thin, so it's probably not the whole comic. It's first appearance of Mr. Zero, who would later be known as Mr. Freeze, and it's a Toys R Us special replica edition. This next book is interesting in that it's a Batman 127, and we've got a guest appearance by Thor, the Hammer of Thor. You dare to defy Thor, the Thunder God? Let this be a warning. Featuring the Hammer of Thor. How about that? Can't really copyright Thor, and this predated, this is a 10-cent comic, so it predates the Marvel Thor. You can't really copyright a religious figure that Thursday is named after, you know? It's kind of hard to do. You can copyright the look that Jack Kirby gave Thor for, which is unique because of course, the myths. Thor is has red hair, not blonde. But it's all right. 129. 129 issue of Man. And this is 142. Yes, this is part of the decline of the Silver Age. Look, witness the weird alien creature. It's not the Dark Knight that we all love. It's just, I think this is fantastic. Don't listen to whatever that guy was on the internet. 147. Some people don't like Batman becoming Bat Baby, but I'm not one of those. Okay. Well, we have a coverless Batman number 151 from November of 62. One short year until the 1950s would really end. 1950s really ended in November of 63, in my opinion. Or IMO, as the hipsters like to say. IMO, in my opinion. 104 nights. That's my Batman. Yeah, would I rather have the cover on it? Yes, but I don't have a cover on it. So That's the way it is. Here's another coverless Batman. This one is coverless. This is 157. I got these, same source. Uh, Here, this one's bagged and boarded. 158. It's got Ace the Bat Hound. Yeah. Everybody's going. I'll tell you something. This crypto, you know, I was worried that crypto was going to become associated with this weird electronic money, and people are going to forget that Superman, when he was a boy, had a dog named Crypto. But never fear, the James Gunn has got crypto in his new Superman movie, and the trailers have generated a lot of heat with this with crypto. So there's a lot of people searching around comic stores and many more that will soon looking for crypto comics. So old issues of adventure with Superboy and Crypto, or the old Superboy comics, probably going to heat up. Just like, oh my gosh, look, I have the same issue with a cover on it. How about that? Anyway, there's different angles, the cuteness angles, because James Gunn got the Groot thing going, and then the baby Groot thing in the second Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's got Crypto, and also um, Metamorpho's baby, who apparently was introduced in the '90s in the comic when I wasn't reading. Um, the baby that can. I was told the other day that this baby Metamorpho is really relieved because his baby winds up looking normal, but it can touch anything and turn that thing into different kinds of matter. Well, anyway, in this movie, the baby's green. And I think, spoiler alert, I think the baby is kidnapped by Lex to make Metamorpho do what he says, and which is to make kryptonite and and then there's the baby kaiju, the big monster that you see Superman fighting in the trailer. Either has a baby or they show it as a baby before it grows larger. There's all kinds of weird stuff, wonderful stuff from the Soul Rage he's thrown into that movie. Apparently, there's white Martians, which you might know if you know about the Martian Manhunter. And that movie's going to be, I think that movie's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, well, in Batman 166, this is the new direction for Batman. They around 1965. Notice now he's got that yellow oval around the bat symbol on his chest, and that's when they tried to make Batman a little more serious and stop with all the big alien monsters and Batman going to other planets and make him more of a detective. And so this is the way Batman was going, which would later be resumed in the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil era around 68, 69. But it was going to be derailed the next year in 1966 for several years because of the Batman TV show that was not based on this Batman, but on the crazier earlier 50s and early 60s Batman. It was what they were really basing that TV show on. So this more serious Batman here had to change pretty quickly when the series came on. And here's the first Poison Ivy, and this one is a facsimile. She was going to be in the TV series Poison Ivy, and she was going to be played by Leslie Gore. And at the last minute, they decided to make Leslie Gore like the Catwoman's teenage sidekick, and instead of making her poison ivy. Oh well, this is another copy of the same facsimile. Not that I'm hoarding, I just forgot I had it. As sometimes that's the way it goes. And then Batman 182, one of these wonderful 80-page giants. There's probably millions of these in existence because by now the TV show is on the air. 182. The one I'm needing to put in here is 208, beat up copy. That's why I'm going through these. Yeah, you see, by this issue, Batman's definitely on television. You can see this toy on the back just looks phenomenally like so much fun. 185. There were all these great issues that reprinted the 50s stories, which was fantastic for the time period because they fit in perfectly with the tone and feel of the TV series. So this is the one we just looked at, but terrible condition copy of the same. I mean, it doesn't have a back cover. That's one reason. Um, I need to just sit down this summer and read tons of these. Here, look here. It's advertising that. What is it advertising? Oh, that Batman is in your daily newspaper, and then it's also this part here is advertising that Batman's on television. So, what a wonderful time period, man. Just imagine being able to spend a quarter and have all of this wonderful stuff, and you can watch Batman on television. And 180, yeah. My wife was just asking, where would you like to be, man? I just think that was a great time period to be in. Yeah. Um, 187. This one's in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of a roll from when it was red, and some kids drawn with ink and on the end. But satellites. 187. I mean, you want these comics to be in perfect condition, and people forget these were made for little kids. You know, they were not. This is not literature. This is not J.D. Salinger. This is not Ernest Hemingway. This is shit made for little kids, and yeah. So yeah, here's 190. This is a great cover. What are these humans saying in the chat? I'll have to turn the whole thing sideways to read it. 192. Those of you that are wrenches can, you can put the, you can read the chat or whatever, read it on the. This is 192. I think I'm going to probably end the stream before too long, unless it sounds like Kevin is super busy today, which is great. Saturday he should be busy. That's you don't leave the house. You hear the media tell you everything's terrible with the United States, but you can just watch YouTube anecdotally, whatever the dumb term is. You just watch, okay? And so, how busy is Kevin at Gotham City Comics on the whatever the name of the show is, the Hotel Orloff show? Well, he was so busy he couldn't even come on the show to talk. Maybe things are going well with American businesses. Um, you don't even have to step out your door. You can stay inside, hermetically sealed, a hermit, an outcast, a pariah, and you can still see what's going on in the world. Here's one of those big, giant size issues, but no cover. Oh, this is the good one. This has got the Mexican Batman, which I've always loved. Bat Hombre. You see him there? His horse. I always love it when the animals wear masks too, so you can't recognize them. Bat hombre. I don't know. Well, we're not supposed to show weapons on YouTube, StreamYard, or whatever. Anyway, it's a fantastic story. Look at that. That's what I call Batman. Um, okay. I've got so many coverless Batmans. 194. I mean, this is it's the way it was. Okay. 197. Got Catwoman looking basically like she does on the TV show, although she has a green outfit. Um, Traditionally, she had a purple dress and a green cape, and so this is kind of a mixture. 201. They're starting to get more serious here. This is starting to be the beginning of, Batman had a good 2.5 years on television, and then they, um, when it got canceled, the comic book tried to revert back to being a little more serious, less campy, and 205. Oh, I've got 2 copies of this one. Everyone needs 2 copies of this issue. Hold on. Let's see if I can make this match up. No. You gotta do it like this, right? Uh, oh, here's 208. And then I've got to file in this copy of 208. It's in terrible condition. Oh, well. Even beat up comics deserve love. Okay, do I have any Brave and the Bolds in here? Okay. There's been several Brave and the Bold facsimiles in the last few weeks. There was a facsimile of the first appearance of Metamorpho and a facsimile of the second appearance of Teen Titans. And what I'm doing is I'm needing to file in Brave and the Bold 78, a terrible condition copy. Do you know that one out of every 8 comic books that you buy was once owned by a child that picked their nose and ate their own boogers? Perhaps this comic was one of them. Were you one of those children? Brave the Bull. Okay, where am I Brave the Bull? Black Hawk. Here's Brave and the Bold, number 28. You can really feel like you're a major, big time comic book collector by buying these facsimiles. That was fake, by the way. Here's another fake. Look at this. Thank you, DC. DC's doing the early appearances of the Justice League of America and Brave and the Bold as facsimiles. There's another one. It just really makes you feel like you're one of the cool guys when you have all these great issues, but obviously they're not real. That's 54, and that's the first appearance of Teen Titans, and the second appearance is in your local comic store more than likely right now. Here's real Brave and the Bold, number 55. It's Metal Men and the Atom. Oh, here's the one This is actually a real book. It makes you feel good when they do a fact book you own. This is 60 of Kid Flash, basically the sidekicks of the big Justice League guys and gals. There were these great issues where they were bringing back the Justice Society characters around this time period. This one I think I have 2 copies of. These were really cheap in the late 70s. Whether they are now, I don't know. I don't think they're that expensive even now, surprisingly. Um, Batman versus Eclipso. Um, it's number 64. Someone has written on there number 15. That probably means that they had all their comics numbered. This was number 15 in his comic collection. So when he lent it out to a friend, kind of like a library system, this kid had his own Dewey Decimal System, and he knows that issue number 15 of my comics has been lent out. And so, and the kid's name was Tex Watson. This was his collection. No, it's not that Tex. Um, Number 65. This one's in pretty good shape. The Flash meet the Doom Patrol. Flash meets the Doom Patrol. Sorry, improper grammar. Kevin, are you there? Here's Batman and Metal Men number 74. I'm trying to put in issue 78. Yee. Here's 74, not in very good shape, but it's okay. It's readable. It's Batman and the Middlemen. This one's owned by John and Pete. They might have been Siamese twins. It's possible. It was actually John Lennon and Pete Best's personal copy. Okay, here's 78, a good condition copy, and then I'm going to put in a rather shitty condition copy of it right behind it. Let's look at it. What? Am I on the wrong Wi-Fi? Let me check. I'm on the right Wi-Fi. I went to a black screen. Amazing. Incredible. Yeah, whatever. Raven the Bold. Oh, good. I'm not going to show you all of them. Brother Power the Geek. This is a good one. Monster Times listed it as one of the worst comic books ever made. It's actually kind of fun. They only made 2 issues of that. Here's one of those early, now later in the 70s, it became late 70s, it became very common to make comic books based on toys. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Shogun Warriors, ROM. This is one of the first of them. Captain Action was made into this pretty good comic. It's got Wally Wood art and all kinds of stuff. I only have issue 1. I think there might be 2 or 3. I don't. Okay. Now I'm moving into Captain America. Captain America 109. This is not real. It's a figment of your imagination. It does not exist. No, this is a J.C. Penney reprint. All the ads are 1990s ads, but it's Other than that, it's okay. 112. This is a really good condition copy of pretty sought after issue. Just that the cover is so great. 112. I mean, Tales of Suspense is where all the, was great, and then it turned into Captain America, and some people just ignore the Tales of Suspense comics, and they're not as valuable because they want the Captain America to be headline the title so they can slap it and put it on their wall. This is 117, his first appearance of the Falcon. $124, and I'm needing to file in this copy of 125. And then the next one I have is, there are some great superheroes versus biker covers. This is one of them. And I think there were two great Hulk versus bikers covers, as I recall. Or at least one, maybe that and the Captain America, what I'm thinking of. 130, that's a great time period. Okay, enough of that. Captain Savage, lots of Captain Savage. Everyone has lots of Captain Savage because it's really cheap to buy. Okay, so that's that. Now, this romance comic, Girls Love, I think I don't have that many. I wish I had more, but the DC romance comics, I think I started putting them in a separate box. And let's see if I can't find that box. Is there anybody watching at all? Is anyone donating to the cause? Let me see. I hope so. Let's see. I'm crossing my fingers. Let me refresh it. No. No, 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 no. Well, um, if you'd like to help us out, I'd appreciate it. Um, I was going to draw pictures today and offer them up as prizes if you donated. I got to find a pad of good quality paper. Do you think that's something people would want to do? Is because then they feel like they're getting a sketch. It's like when you donate to PBS or NPR or whatever that commie stuff was, you'd get a tote bag or some little Mickey Mouse thing. I think I filed the romance comics separately. I think I did. Man. I got to put this somewhere. Man, this is a great cover. And then I've got a Green Lantern and a Justice League of America. Let me let me do that real quick. Fantastic Four. I want to see what facsimiles I have of the early issues of Fantastic Four. Detective. Oh, yeah. I got to look at these comics. Tech. Yeah, I recently got an issue of Detective Comics from Night Tiger. He sent me a whole box of comics as a prize for his 50,000 subscriber contest or whatever. Um, Challengers of the Unknown, Conan the Barbarian, Daredevil. Oh, I'm sorry. Conan is Nan. Challengers that's Len. We're going to call everything by its second syllable. And Daredevil is Dev. Dev. So, come on. Oh, DC Special is Speh. Or should we call it C? What do you think in the chat? Tell me, should we call it C or Speh? Here we go. Tech 27. Tech 31. Tech 38. Tech 58. All facsimiles. Tech 140. First Riddler. Now we get into real tech comics. Here's 271. What I'm trying to file in is 317. Much later. Tech 298. This is from the Betty Page Pedigree collection. It's cool to know it was once owned by a girl. 306. Here's 317. And I won this copy of 317. It's not in as good a shape, but it's, what do they say? Low grade is better than no grade. 318. I love this date stamp. Some people don't, but I do. June 27th a.m. It arrived June 27th in the morning. This wonderful issue. 318. It gives the experience of looking through old comics is like a time machine, I've often said, and it just uh, it it enhances that feeling even more, seeing that date stamp. Here's the Detective Comics number 324. Almost looks like Dr. Doom. I know you were thinking that. Oh, I've always loved this issue. I had a whole mummy issue of the Sophisticate, the magazine I used to do back in the 90s, and I used a photocopy of this cover. So I've had this one a while. That's 320, 326. There's a big chunk gone, but at first you don't see it because it just looks like part of it. See, distance, it just looks like that alien has a big head. Then you get closer. Oh, it's not part of his head. It's yeah. This is what that clown on the internet was making fun of, and this time period with the aliens. I like it. Uh, okay, so this is where I'm sorry, Tech, that Batman goes to the yellow oval, the new direction, I think they called it, where they try to rein the stories in from getting too ridiculous to being more detective stories. 357. I'm not talking about the gun, so don't get upset, Mr. StreamYard. Why, look at this. It's the first appearance of Batgirl, and this is not fake, this is real. And then I've got, well, did they make a facsimile of that? Because if they did, I didn't get the facsimile. Anyway, you've seen tons of these. These comics are so plentiful because they printed them by the millions because the Batman show was so popular. Okay, so then I've got Doom Patrol and which started as My Greatest Adventure. Here's number 80 of My Greatest Adventure. This is a facsimile. This was a comic I always loved. And there's a friend of mine back then when I was buying these in the late 80s, I guess, or was it the early 90s? I don't know when. He liked this new Doom Patrol that I thought was, I called it the art school Doom Patrol, where the artwork was really kind of ugly and confusing. And I guess it had interesting, I don't know, occult ideas. It interested people that were pseudo intellectuals. I said, you need to be buying these old 60s Doom Patrols. They're just as weird, but anyway. He said, no, I want to buy these ones by, I don't know, Neil Gaiman or whoever the hell's doing it. I don't know. I like the old stuff, man. I was going to do a parody of that old time rock and roll song, Bob Seger or whatever, but talk about comic books this morning, but I didn't get to that song. Oh, I was going to look at Fantastic Fours. Yeah, because I was just talking to Kevin and I didn't know which ones I had. Okay, so like DC's reprinting the early appearances of Justice League. Marvel's doing the early Fantastic. They're going to do the first 12 issues as facsimiles, leading up. Oh, and they just did issue 48 with the first Galactus. Here's issue 2 as a facsimile. Here's issue 3. Okay, so then 4 and 5 are okay, and then they're already done. They're out. My first real Fantastic Four is issue 15, and I've shown you all the rest of these like a million times. You don't care, and all of you have better collections anyway. What are these people in the chat saying? What do they dare to say here? Oh, Last Frontiers watching says hello all. Justin says they need shot callers to train the peons to say tech. Yeah, I know. I'm learning. I'm learning to like this. If we're going to use the second syllable to be cool. So girl is a 2-syllable word, right? Girl. Do you consider girl a 1-syllable? Girl. We'll call this rolls. Rolls. This is rolls. Rolls. Rolls number 139. And we could call this lantern. And then we could call this league. No, just TIS. It's TIS. TIS. This is TIS number 69. And this is vol. Vol number 6. This is tur. Tur number 83. Tur. Miss Turry. Okay, tur is the second syllable. And this is X, unexpected. Yeah, I don't count Tales of the Unexpected because later this comic will just be called Unexpected. Oh my gosh. I'm getting sick and tired of this nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have, there's no. Is Kevin still there? Let's see. Oh, he's still there, man. How about that? Oop, wrong person. Yeah, something weird's going on with StreamYard today for sure. Everything's weird. They have no options for layouts. Well, my wife is off today, and I kind of like to hang out with her. I have nothing really consequential to say or to show you. Um, if I do shows, they'll probably be early in the morning to avoid the heat until such time as I can get the air conditioner working. Um, not just so. And I want to make my wife a YT video. I'm stuck. No, that's the wrong word. Oh, YT widow is what I meant to say. YT YouTube widow. Yeah, I've first step in cleaning up my horrible physical condition is trying to get. I had slipped. I had started drinking soft drinks again, also in a soda pop, and uh, it was tearing me up, man. It's really bad for you. Even though Dr. Pepper is our official sponsor here on the Hotel Orloff Inspirational Network, we know that what they sell you is poisonous filth. Uh, but we love them because they're our sponsor. It's great. It's great poisonous slop. But Justin says, thanks for the show. Thanks for the memories. I finished my water. I finished my tea. Kevin, are you there? Over there, Mesa or something. Oh, Gotham City Comic just sent me a text, an attachment, one image. Holy smoke. He just got some cool, he sent me some cool pictures here at 3:49 p.m. I think that's the original model for the little globe that appeared on Pee Wee's Playhouse. Remember there was a little globe that had arms that talk? It looks like, oh, there's a red dot. Oh, Kevin's trying to come back in somehow. Kevin, what's up?
I was sending you pictures and it kicked me off.
I saw him. Yeah, I'd seen that picture of Alice Cooper that with the
Oh, you've seen
metal
it before?
mutant. I had seen that, but I've never seen that picture. What was his name? Globy?
Yeah.
Was that the original model that's disintegrated a little bit?
Yeah, the original prop. Yeah.
Yeah, prop. Yeah, it looks like something from Forrest J. Ackerman's mansion. It's all kind of rotting. Well, you had a busy day?
I'm just organizing stuff. Not too busy.
Well, do you have anything coming out next week that's interesting you could show people to give them a preview of the world of comic books? As, that sounds like a no. Um, there's a facsimile of the first of the Galactus trilogy out. I know that. Uh,
That was last week. This week, I think it's X-Men 135.
okay, that's a book I have already. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're reprinting
I
a
ordered.
time period that I was buying, but I realized that I'm older, so most people may not have those books. Um, is there anything interesting coming out next week?
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's your dog. I'm just now realizing because I can barely see anything. How's she feeling today?
Good.
Yeah.
Medicated.
Oh,
But
there's
she's doing
some.
better. She's standing up by herself and walking around pretty good now.
Graphic Man says, "Hello, Gratu. What's with the chat appearing on the screen full time in a small format? Haven't used StreamYard in a while. I guess things have changed. I haven't used it since last week, and it's something that's happening today. It makes no sense. I can't understand it. Also, I have no options as far as making. If there's multiple people, I can't make one person big and then the other people smaller on the side. It's either it's either full Kevin, full me, or both of us the same size. And I've got the I don't know whatever format where you pay ridiculous amount per month, $25, and that's why I'm able to put the HAL 9000 up in the corner instead of the duck. But nothing's working properly. I have to turn the whole phone sideways to read the chat. Everything's messed up. Maybe they're getting hacked, or maybe I think they only care about people that do TikTok. They don't really care. Yeah, everything's going wrong today, Micah. Imsh says, "Would you rather own an original Frazetta painting or a Rembrandt?" Says Imsh. Oh man, well, um, if I owned a Rembrandt, I could sell it and buy probably the whole Frazetta museum. So I guess one Rembrandt is going to be worth many Frazetta paintings. So you could have a whole room of Frazetta paintings if you sold the Rembrandt. Probably, I don't know. Seems like selling a Rembrandt, you could probably buy I don't know. What if Frazetta paint? Don't they go for like 1 million each now? Because who buys them? There's several, you've got the wealthy people that like our stuff. Who are they? Who's the guy? Who's the main collector who's the main monster collector that's in that heavy metal band? Kirk Hammett. It's Kirk Hammett. There's Glenn Danzig. There's Rob Zombie. I don't think he has any Frazetta paintings. I mean, that's probably above him. Um, I mean, you got to think, who are the people that have millions of dollars to throw around? They're into what we're into, and there's not that many. But I don't know. But I would say if you had the Rembrandt, you could sell it. Wouldn't you think, Imps? What does a Rembrandt sell for? It seems like that's, I don't know. It's not something or are you considering sending me your Rembrandt or a Frazetta? Is that why you're asking me to decide which one you mailed to me? In which case, send me the Rembrandt. Uh, but yeah, it's not that I don't like Rembrandt. I don't know. My gosh, what a question. Imsh is laughing at me. Yes, indeed. Man, it's like looking in the mirror this morning when I was shaving. Here. Uh, See, this is the only option I have is to have equal. I can't make one of the two of us bigger and the other one smaller. I don't know. Graphic Man, you going live anytime soon? You doing a show this Wednesday? Oh, I forgot about. Thank you, Thomas Fairfowl. Isn't Guillermo del Toro a big monster collector? He's pretty rich. Yes, you're correct. I forgot about him. Yeah, there's some people. There are the movie makers too. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro has an outstanding collection. He's yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's not many, you know. Taylor Swift isn't buying Frazettas. The normal the idols of the normies, they don't give a shit about our culture. It's the weird. Oh, that guy's weird. It's the weirdos. Yeah, that I have no idea why that chat's down there. It's highly annoying. It's not even readable. I don't think it is. At least not on what I'm seeing. Yeah, I don't understand it. Okay, well, Kevin's doing something. Let's see what he's up to. You got anything in the mail for your own personal collection lately, or anything you can show us before I?
Tuesday, I'll have some two masks to show you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday. Well, I have to work Tuesday, but I'll be off work at some point, and then I'll be free for quite a while. Then, yeah. But again, if anyone would like to help out with the GoFundMe to help us not have heat stroke, that would be nice. And if you're watching later, you can. The link would be down below. And man, um, that guy, what's his name? Isaac Birdwell. That you got the uh, clippings from the crypt or whatever, the little TV guide. He's thinking of doing one about spook shows now. He was on Facebook saying, "Does anyone have clips, pictures you could send me? Because one of my next projects is to do one about spook shows, which I think is great." Um, um, Myers with his grandchildren today, so he's not on, and um, Kevin's dog is feeling better. For those of you that have been following that, what you're saying, your dog can stand up on his own now. Um, I don't know if you're near the phone or not.
Yeah, she did it. I mean, she does it every once in a while, not every time, but she stood up a couple times a day now.
So the doctor says with monthly shots, arthritis can be controlled and the pain can be controlled. Where she got her first shot and now she's standing, and not every time, but anyway, it's a good sign and everything. So that's great news, and all of you that prayed, prayers work, and that's great. But let me see some. I want to see how hot it is outside, because it's 72. Okay, so let me see here. So, and then it's the high is going to be 65 Sunday, 64 Monday, 60 on Tuesday, 69 on Wednesday, 70 on Thursday, Friday 72. This sounds ridiculous to you in Arizona, I know. Saturday of next week, a week from today, 81, Sunday 85, Monday 85. So it's going to warm up a little then. But where am I? Where do I go back? I get back. Anyway, right now I'm up in the attic and I'm thinking, well, I'm talking about helping me out with the air conditioner. I'm thinking it's really actually pretty comfortable, but it won't be forever. As it moves into June, it's going to get hotter. But I might need to look into alternatives, getting window units that might be cheaper, because I don't know. I think I need to get this Freon fixed and keep that air conditioner going for a little bit, and then. Uh, but I do need alternatives. But anyway, I don't know. Things are gonna get worse. But what are these people saying? Graphic Man says, "Afraid not. I've been very busy taking care of my dad." I think he meant very. Okay. Okay, well, that's great that you're taking care of him. That's Angel's work. And it says, yeah, Guillermo is a big collector. I think he owns several Basil Gogos paintings. Oh, yeah, there it goes on thing. Um, oh, already saw that one. Um, yeah, I just picked up a nice copy of the 1978 Warren Blazing Combat Anthology. Been looking for it for over 40 years. Pretty scarce. Yeah, I never saw that myself. Um, I am one of us. I have a small window air conditioner. Yeah. Um, Missing Mars says, oh, F the central air. You could buy many window units for the price, even less. Yeah, I just don't know the economics of central air versus the window units. And we've got to, you know, let's see. But I think you guys have a point. Um, uh, yeah, Basil Gogo's paintings. My friend Tom had several Basil Gogo's paintings. I remember seeing he sold it to, I think he sold it to Kirk Hammett. He had a famous monsters cover with Mummy and the sarcophagus and the guy with the fez, and they were looking at him in the coffin in the sarcophagus with a blue background. He had the original painting. It was reversed when it was printed on Famous Monsters. It was a mirror image. He had so I've seen the original painting. I've seen a real Basil Gogos in front of me framed. Um, Now he passed away, but his brother still has all of his stuff. He um, Basil Gogos also did some of these war scenes for these men's adventure magazines. Um, so for these combat magazines from the early '60s, and so he had a couple of those pictures of like guys landing at Iwo Jima or something that were done by Basil Gogos, and um, yeah. Um, I'm going to do more painting this summer. If any of you would like to commission me to do a painting or drawings, I'll be glad to. Well, let's see. Um, yeah, my friend had a lot of great. He had Reynold Brown paintings, all kinds of stuff. Um, or I'm sorry, Thomas Fairfeld says, please show your appreciation of gratitude through your support for his air conditioning fund. Think of all the time and expense he's put into his show. Well, time. I don't know if it's been expensive, but um, yeah, I mean, time is money, right? Well, um, um, and then Thomas Farrowfell says, thanks, Imsh. And I don't know what I'm not trying to figure out this stuff. Yeah. Well, whatever you can do. I mean, everything's tight for everybody. Um, am I the only person that saves? Oh, he's moving.
You stood up. You stood up.
Cool. Look at that.
Stood up for yourself.
And she's getting used to the store where she doesn't want to leave now, right?
Yeah, she likes being here. She
At
like
first,
runs
she was all
out of the car and
barking at
runs.
all the customers. I think I was on the phone with you when you first brought her first time to the store, and she was just mad at customers invading her space. And
Yeah.
now she seems used to everybody. That is great news. What are these people saying in the chat? Um, Imp says Lux Interior, R.I.P. He's also a big collector. He had a few original Wally Woodworks. Yes, that's true. Missing Mars says being at Gotham City Comic, what's not to love? Um, yeah. Wait, what are you talking about? Um, oh, Lux Interior. Yeah, Kevin, you get me, you get me grab bag put together. Shit. Um, you get his grab bag put together, Kevin, to Missing Mars.
I already shipped his stuff days ago,
Oh,
like
oh, it should
last
be arriving anytime.
I think
Maybe,
like last Tuesday I shipped it. Yeah,
yeah. Do you have his like his personal information where you can send tracking numbers?
just check his email.
Yeah, check your email. Yeah, if you give Kevin your phone number when he ships, he'll send you immediately the tracking number, and then you can have the fun of watching the post office continually lose your package. It's like I would get so excited, and I'd watch it. It would leave this one post office and then come back to it, and then leave and come back this one place in Missouri. Oh my gosh! Yeah, well, you should get it any day now because I think yeah. Unless you're talking about wanting another package, is that what you're talking about? Because you're talking like the Hulk there, missing Mars. Me. And he says, cool, thanks, Kevin. Uh, oh my gosh, what's wrong with this darn. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Soft Cell's gonna get me a copyright claim. I got a million copyright claims for my show this morning, but nothing serious, no copyright strike. I mean, mainly you're getting copyright claims from the people that create the fake karaoke version. Um, Not from the original artist, but that psychedelic, psychotronic sticky goose, psychotronic squirt gun, whatever guy did a show last night where he does a show every Friday where he interviews some comic collector about the music they love, and I went back to watch it this morning, and the show had been taken down due to copyright. Like when you do the big boys like the Beatles or Kiss and show some clips of them or their music, they zap you, and your show is just disappears. It's now if you have it saved on your phone or whatever or StreamYard, but if you don't, then it just gone forever. And that apparently happened to his show last night. Because they were showing clips. I saw a little bit of it last night. Like they talk about how the guy was talking about how he discovered Kiss, and then they would show Kiss and from some HBO special from 1977. And yeah, they'll get you for that. I know Disney, Universal, they're real bad about that. I don't know exactly how people show. They're like people that show they'll like show an entire Star Wars movie and they'll comment over the entire movie and somehow it stays up. They'll do a commentary like maybe they don't show every single scene, but majority of the movie, and they'll that what is it, Red Letter Media, where the guy would do this voice like he's some drunk serial killer, and he would review movies, and he would show pretty much the whole movie and talk about how shitty it is. Um, But some copyright owners are more forgiving than others. And, but you don't touch the big boys, the Rolling Stone. I don't know about the Rolling Stones, but I know the Beatles. You don't mess around with that. Ugh. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Well, is anybody talking here, man? Uh, oh, I was talking about Lux Interior. Yeah, he had a Mad logo that Wally Wood had designed. Yeah, I know. I don't know what all artwork he had of Wally Wood, but Lux Interior was just like us. Missing Mars says, no email from Kevin. He'll send you one. I am one of us. I watched Squirt Gun's music video live before it disappeared. I wasn't able to. I just saw a little bit of it. I thought, I'll watch it tomorrow morning, and it just gone. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with music and clips from movies and music, which is a damn shame because I would love to just do a show talking about music and movie. I mean, I can talk about music, but you really can't play more than just a few seconds of the song, or you are doomed. But that's what I'd really like to do on YouTube is talk about music and movies more because it's just something I'd like to do. Oh, I just had an idea. This witch here, maybe this Santa Claus hat will fit over her. I don't know, man. Well, you know something, ladies and gentlemen. Are you still there, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna exit stage left because, or actually, that's stage right because my wife's off today. Cleo's off. I'd like to hang out with her a little bit, but I'll probably do a live show. I don't know. I'll be around tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow. We'll see. You got anything else to show us real quick?
No. You guys have already seen everything.
Yeah, that's true. But well, I guess I will. Then I'll see you and everybody out there in television land. I'll see you guys. Please try to, if you can, help with the GoFundMe. If you can't, that's fine, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, sayonara, all of you. Be seeing you.